the main goal is to build a project which is like an end-to-end kind of RAG pipeline.
Okay.
Clear? So
Yeah.
first of all, there will be some theories, and after that, there will be going to the practical. First of all, we have problem statement. Problem statement. Second thing, we have service level agreements. Service level agreement, you know, right?
Yes.
Everything that is written, like your API prediction should be under 2 milliseconds, something. All the kinds of tools, all the tools that you are going
Yes.
to use in this project. So all the things will be written down in the service level agreement.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Then third step is to start collecting the data. Basically, creating the data collection pipeline. Data
Okay.
collection pipeline. So here, if you remember, we talked about the ETL. We are talked about the ELT, or it can be both ETL plus ELT. ETLT
Mm-hmm.
basically we say. So any of them can be going to be get used.
Okay.
Okay. In this, the transformation, two things will be going to happen. The data
Mm-hmm.
quality is being checked and then it is cleaned. Data quality will
Mm-hmm.
be checked. Data quality will be checked and then it is cleaned. Then it is cleaned. It is called as data pre-process. Data pre-processing. Okay? When it is done using, if you are working in a company, it is done using PySpark programming language, Apache Spark files,
Mm-hmm.
because we are using big kinds of data, right? So here we use Apache Spark. Okay. Now let us say your data engineering pipeline, like data collection pipeline, has been done. You have done all these steps. Okay. The next step, what
Mm-hmm.
you will be going to do, if you remember, we have selected the LLM providers. We have selected the LLM provider. Let us say
Mm-hmm.
you are using OpenAI, or you can use Claude, or you can use Gemini. These are the three most popular in the market. Yep. Then the fifth step is,
Okay.
if you remember, we have selected the vector databases. We have selected the vector database. Vector database. If you remember, you
Mm-hmm.
can use models like Pinecone. Pinecone.
Yeah.
You can use models like VB8, ChromaDB, and FAS.
Mm-hmm.
If you remember, these are very costly. So we have alternatives database also there. Alternative database that we can use. Alternative database we can use in order to reduce cost. Means in order to reduce cost. In order
Mm-hmm.
to reduce cost. For example, you can use database like, if you remember, we talked about PG Vector, right? PG Vector you can use. Yep.
Yeah.
So these are the things we're gonna have. Now the sixth step will be, let us say you are using OpenAI. You are using OpenAI.
Mm-hmm.
You are using OpenAI. Then the embedding model will be. Then the embedding model will be. Embedding model will be OpenAI. Will be OpenAI embedding. Similarly, if you're using Gemini, so it will be Gemini embedding. If you're using Claude, it will be a dropping embedding kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay. Then seventh step, you will decide the tech stack. Which framework you are going to use? Which framework you are going to use? Which framework you are going to use? You are going to use.
Mm-hmm.
Either you can use LangChain uh, or Llama Index. Anyone you can prefer. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is our sixth step. So, okay. Okay. So this is the documentation part. 4, 5, 6, 7 is basically like you have decided to take a step. This thing you can also mention in SLA level agreement. Okay. After that, what we'll do, we have the data right.
Mm-hmm.
Let me mention these things. These are not considered as individual steps. That's very nice. It is comes under service level agreement. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Here, one more key. You have to select which cloud account are you going to use for
Okay.
deployment part. So everything you will mention in the SLA agreements.
Mm-hmm.
Which cloud you are going to use. So mostly people use either Azure Copilot Studio or Azure OpenAI kind of thing, or they use AWS Bedrock or AWS Standard Services. Which cloud you are going to
Okay.
choose? Which cloud
Mm-hmm.
you are going to choose? AWS or Azure or Google? You can use Amazon or Google AI Studio basically.
Mm-hmm.
Google AI Studio people use Leslie, but most of the time they use either Azure or AWS. That is industry standards. Next thing, this thing has been done. After the cleaning part has been done, what you will be going to do? The fourth step is going to be do the chunking. Do the
Okay.
chunking. Because the data set is big, right? So
Mm-hmm.
we do the chunking. Everything we have studied, like first thing we have fixed size chunking, fixed size chunking. Then we have studied like semantic based chunking, which is mostly commonly used nowadays, semantic based chunking.
Mm-hmm.
Then they can also use like recursive based chunking, recursive based chunking, recursive, uh, recursive based chunking, or they can use something called as graph based chunking. Any chunking can strategy can be applied. Graph based
Mm-hmm.
chunk. Yep. Any doubts in this?
Yep. No doubts.
Okay. Now, once you have done all these kind of things, here we can see if you process the data, you can either store the data in a JSON format, or you
Mm-hmm.
can use like the output data format can be anything. It is not essentially written JSON. It can be either your JSON or you can use tool
Mm-hmm.
format kind of data, token object oriented notation. This is the new way they have come up with token object oriented notation. Token object oriented notation. Anyone you can use, or it can be any other things can also be there, like SQL file is there, database are there. It can be anything.
Mm-hmm.
Most common is this. Now we have done all this strategy, right? After that, what we will be going to do? So let us say we have done the chunking and everything. There is something called as metadata filtering. Uh,
Okay.
Metadata. Give me a second. Let me check. Metadata. These are the production grade things that we are talking about that we normally use in.
Okay.
Okay. Metadata filtering is a little mention. So this one is not a chunk. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So these are the most common type of chunking we will use it. After that, what we will be going to do? After this, we will be going to embed the model, like embed all
Mm-hmm.
your documents, embed all your documents, all your data, basically documents you can say, into the vector database or any database that you have chosen, or any database that you have chosen,
Okay.
Hmm. or any database that you have chosen, like PZ vector community. Is it chosen? Yep. Now, if you remember, this is the thing that we do. Okay. Next thing, what we will be going to do after this, let us say user asks a query. User asks a query. User
Mm-hmm.
asks a query. Now, what will be happen at the 7 steps? There will be guardrails implemented, which is called as input guardrails. Input
Okay.
guard rails. What this guardrails will be going to do? It will check. It will check. It will check whether your prompt is malicious or normal. Your prompt is malicious. You all remember it. We are doing some prompt injection kind of attacks, like hacking kind of thing. So
Mm-hmm.
whether it prompt is malicious or not. ठीक है कोई दिक्कत इसमें Is it clear?
Yep.
First we say, okay, next thing, let us say you have written the prompt and your gatekeeper has said that there is nothing problem in this man. Let us see. Clear? So
Yeah.
here you are verified. If it is not, it will reject your prompt. It will reject your question. It will reject your query. Clear? Now the eighth
Mhm.
step will be what will be going to happen. Uh, now you have asked the question, right? Now you have to retrieve the answer from that database. Now you have to retrieve the answers from the database. Okay?
Okay.
You will be going to retrieve the answers from the database.
Mhm.
Now there is various kind of retrieval strategy we have to use. Various kinds of retrieval
Okay.
strategy you can use. Okay? The first technique will be going to something called as keyword based retrieval. This is
Mhm.
earlier we have used this. Nowadays we less commonly use. It's a keyword based retrieval strategy. Keyword based retrieval strategy. Let me give you one example. Uh, let us say you are asked for pricing related to AWS EC2 instance.
Mhm.
What it will do, it will take your exact keyword. Like let us say EC2 instance pricing. So here we are
Yeah.
searching for exact keywords. So here there are few algorithms that we have discussed so far in NLP classes, if you remember. TF-IDF, like term frequency, inverse document frequency.
Mhm.
Then there is another way of something called as BM25 algorithm. BM25, or we can use something called as inverted index. Most commonly,
Okay.
as I have used, is TF-IDF and BM25.
Mm.
TF-IDF, if you remember, term frequency, it will tell you what is the importance of a word in a document.
Yep.
So first of all, we calculate what is the frequency of each word. Then we will do total number of documents divided by the term frequency. Basically, number of
Mhm.
times a word is repeated. That's TF-IDF. Yep. Next, that earlier we are using, which is semantic based retrieval. It is most commonly used nowadays also. Semantic based retrieval. Correct? So here, what is going to be happen? Retrieval view. If you remember, we use something called as cosine similarity for finding out the similar as well, right? Like let's say king, queen
Mhm.
are similar, so we'll put them in
Yes.
one
Yes.
cluster. Boy and boy
Yeah.
are
Yeah.
similar, so we put them in one cluster. So that is happened
Mhm.
because of the cosine similarity.
Okay.
Euclidean distance can also be used, but cosine similarity is much more accurate.
Mhm.
Then, if you remember, there is a concept of dense vector and sparse vector.
Mhm.
So this kind of strategy works on semantic dense vectors also. Dense vectors. This is a common interview question they can ask it. Let me see it. If you give me a second. Have I told you what is the difference between dense vector and sparse vector?
No.
Yeah, I think at that time it was not covered in the interview question. No, it is common interview question, like a basic kind of thing, but still they are asking this nowadays. You can see
Okay.
it is asked in ENOI interview question. So they have asked what is a sparse vector. A sparse vector is basically like data containing many categories and features rarely occur. Like most of the
Mhm.
elements are zero here in sparse vector. In dense vector,
Okay.
what happen when features are highly informative? Yeah.
Okay.
So a dense vector is what you can say. A dense vector is mostly used to when we have meaningful number and very few zeros. Yeah.
Mhm. Yep.
So that is a difference between sparse vector and dense vector. What to do?
Okay. Yeah.
Now, what this semantic based retrieval will do, it will not get the exact keyword. It will basically look for the meaning inside the keyword. Let us say you ask, hey, can you tell me like how do you reduce my cloud cost?
Mhm.
So what this semantic will do, it will look at your intent. Like
Okay.
it will look at your intent and then it is going to give you the answer.
Mhm.
Clear? You will see.
Yep.
Yeah. So this what it will do. It will look at your intent, will look at your question, look at your query, and
Mhm.
try to find its meaning. Try to find its meaning, and then it will give you the answer. And then it will give you the relevant answer. Give you the relevant answers. Yep.
Yep.
So here we are not searching for exact keyword like we do in keyword based
Mhm.
diagram. Here we are actually looking for the internal meaning. Clear?
Mhm.
So now what they have researchers come up with, they come up with something called as hybrid retrieval. That is mostly used in
Okay.
the organization. So what it will do, it
Mhm.
combines both the things like keyword search plus semantic search, both of them. Keyword
Okay.
search, keyword search plus semantic search. Clear?
Mhm.
Here, semantic search. See? So this thing is very much helpful when we are productionizing the RAG application, productionizing
Okay.
our RAG system,
Mhm.
productionizing our RAG, productionizing, productionizing our RAG system, like enterprise level kind of thing. So in
Okay.
enterprise, we use the hybrid retrieval strategy.
Mhm.
Basically, it will do exact matching also, and it will try to understand the meaning of the sentence also. Clear?
Okay. Yeah.
There is some other strategy that people also use, which is something called as metadata filtering. Metadata filtering.
Mhm.
So what happened in this now? You filter the chunks before retrieval. You will filter the chunks before uh, retrievals. For example, filter by department, filter by date, filter by reason, and something.
Okay.
Hmm? Any doubts on this?
Yeah. No doubts.
Hmm. So these are the most common things that we use basically.
Mhm.
The retrieval things. They use something called as re-ranker algorithm also. Let us say they
Mhm.
find the answer. Let us say ninth step, you have retrieved the answers. So what you will do? You will be going to use a re-ranker algorithm. Re-ranker algorithm.
Okay.
Which will rank your answer. You will choose the first, which will rank your answer, which will rank your
Mhm.
answer, and the best one will be selected, and the best one will be selected.
Okay.
Will be selected. Any doubts on this?
Yeah. No doubts.
Up to this is clear.
Yeah.
Now you got the answer right. Here you got the answer already. Now in this step
Mhm.
will be, let us say you got the answer. You got the answer. Now here you will start doing. Now you will start doing post processing.
Okay.
You will start doing post processing. Like we have to make answer in some certain format, right?
Mhm.
So we will start doing data post processing. Pre-processing means before that. Post processing means after getting the output, we clean the things. Like make the output in certain format. Make the output in certain
Okay.
format here. Yep.
Mhm.
Any doubts on this?
No doubts.
Now, next, what you will be going to do, you got the answer. Now you will start doing post processing, make the output in the
Mhm.
certain format,
Okay.
and you get the final answer. Let us say you get the final answer. You get the
Mhm.
final answer. Now, in order to improve the accuracy, what do? We apply one more steps like we basically use an LLM as a judge, LLM as a judge,
Mhm.
which is called, if you remember, which is called as corrective tag. Corrective
Okay.
tag. What they will do? He will cross verify your answer. He will cross verify your final answer. Cross
Mhm.
verify your final answer. and you cross verify your final answer. You cross verify it and give you the final result.
Okay.
Like you are doing two-time checking, right?
Mm-hmm.
So by this way, the accuracy will be improved.
Okay.
By this way, the accuracy will be improved.
Mm-hmm.
Any doubts in this?
No doubts.
No. So this is your first normal thing that we do any project. After that,
Mm.
LLM ops is going to be get started. So the first thing will be going to happen is evaluate your RAG application. Evaluate,
Okay.
evaluate. This thing LLM as a judge also consider as evaluation, but this is not the only evaluation we're gonna have. Let me write it
Mm-hmm.
in. Let me add this thing in the evaluation. Evaluate your answer. RAG application. RAG application. Okay. Now there are various kinds of evaluation going to be happen. Other kinds of
Okay.
evaluation will be going to happen. Other kinds of evaluation
Mm-hmm.
will be going to happen. Will be going to happen. Will be going to happen. Like
Okay.
if you see here in this PPT, there is two types of evaluation happening. One is at the model level and one is at the system level.
Mm-hmm.
So first thing is called as LLM model evaluation. Like whatever the model that we have built, we will evaluate it out. And second thing we're gonna have is something called as evaluating the whole system. Evaluating
Okay.
the whole system. It now if you see here, just one second, let me read this thing. So here we can see, here what we do for a model level kind of thing, we
Mm-hmm.
basically dish the model, like which model is giving me much more accurate on which kinds of data sets. So this thing we
Okay.
don't have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like let us say ChatGPT is releasing a new kind of model, like they are releasing GPT-6. So what they will do, they will do model level evaluation on the benchmark data sets.
Okay.
So let me give you an example. Like let's say ChatGPT, OpenAI
Mm-hmm.
OpenAI releases a model, OpenAI releases a model called as GPT-6. Now, how they will know that this model is better? So they will evaluate on the benchmark data sets. They will
Okay.
evaluate on the benchmark data sets. Benchmark data sets.
Mm-hmm.
Always remember, we don't have to do this kind of thing. This thing is only applicable for whenever you are releasing a new kind of model.
Okay.
Currently, we're talking about RAG application, so we have to focus on this second thing.
Mm-hmm.
So what they will be going to do, there is various kind of benchmark data sets we have available. For example, we have something called as human eval. So it contain all the coding problems, like all the Python coding problems and present in the whole internet. Then we have something
Okay.
called as GSM 8K. So it containing all the mathematical random problem. Then there is something called as MMLU. It is subject basically containing all the subject like STEM, humanities, social science, and yeah.
Yeah.
So this is your model level evaluation.
Okay.
Our goal is basically to perform the system level application. Like how will our entire application is meeting our business standard.
Mm-hmm.
So this is our thing. Evaluating how will the entire application, including the LLM form, meeting the business requirement. Means we are talking about SLDs here. Does it be satisfying the SLDs or anything or not? Yep.
Yeah.
So let us see. Now there will be some going to be testings going to be happen. Like you will measure the quality of the response. So let me
Mm-hmm.
tell you what are the things you can measure. So here you will measure the quality of the response. Measures the quality of the response. like is the response good or bad? So there is something called as blue score. There is something called as rose score. There is something called as blue score, rose score, and it is something we have relevance score and coherence score. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Relevance and coherence score. Coherence score. Yeah. And doubts
Yeah.
in this.
No doubts.
Okay. That is the first thing you have to check. The
Mm-hmm.
second kind of evaluation that you have to do is basically you have to check for the hallucination.
Okay.
Hallucination, you already know, right? Things which do not exist but it still sees. Check for hallucination. Check
Mm-hmm.
you check for hallucination. Hallucination. Check. Hallucination simple mean things which does not exist in real life, which does not exist in internet, but our GPT give me, but our GPT give that reason.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you remember, maybe I've told you, like the Deloitte company, what they have done, they have submitted a report like to the Australian government, and they have Australian government find out there are some references used that that there are some cases reference that exist that does not exist in real life.
Mm-hmm.
So that thing is happened for the Deloitte company. Many companies have, but Deloitte is one of them.
Yeah.
Next thing, we have to check for the Q&A or like, we have to prepare some certain questions and answer, and we have to check the answers on retrieve data. Like perform some Q&A on the retrieve data. On the retrieve data. Yep. Any
Okay.
doubts in this? Is it clear?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Next thing, what you have to do, once this thing has been done, you have to check for the toxicity score.
Mm-hmm.
Toxicity, like does my output contain any kind of toxic things are there or not? For example, let us
Okay.
say sexually explicit content, or let us
Mm-hmm.
say harmful or vulgar types of content. So all these things we have need to check it with the firstly with toxicity. Clear?
Okay.
Any doubts? Here?
No doubts.
Uh, Once we have done this thing, next we have to look for is summarization performance. Like, is it generating the proper summary or not? So we have to look for the
Mm-hmm.
summarization performance also. Summarization performance. Summarization performance. Then what we have to do, you have to look for something called as like, is your code runnable or not? Code
Mm-hmm.
runnable or not? Like let's say it has generated some Python code,
Mm-hmm.
but is this Python code runnable? Because most of the time what happened, there may be some issue or error in the code.
Yes.
So we need
Yes.
to check
Yes.
whether the code is going to be runnable or not.
Okay.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So all these things we'll be going to check.
Okay. Okay.
Any doubts in this?
No doubts.
Okay. Let us say now you have evaluated your whole system.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now you can perform some testings if you want to do, like test your RAG application. Test your RAG application. Here what you will do, here you will create some simple data. You will create some simple data,
Mm-hmm.
some simple data, and check that your each function is that your each function is working on. Your each
Okay.
function is working or no. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that is just for testing the RAG application.
Okay.
Okay. Now what you will do, you will basically what you will be going to do, you will be going to create an API. Like
Mm-hmm.
create an API out of create an API for this RAG application, for this RAG application. Yeah.
Okay.
And that API, what you will be going to do, you can use any programming language. Like let us say you are using Fast API framework.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and this API, you can deploy it anywhere. For example, if you are using AWS, you can deploy it on um, using the Lambda functions. And there is something called as API gateway in Azure.
Mm-hmm.
Similarly, here in Azure, we have something called as uh, is your functions we have.
Okay.
Where you can deploy it out.
Mm-hmm.
This part has been done. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Deployment architecture will be going to in much more detail. Like there will be many services which will be going to use. Like CloudWatch will be there. So many things will be going to be there. Like let me some mention it out.
Okay.
Defense API gateway, Bedrock you can use. Bedrock you can use.
Mm-hmm.
Then we can use something
Mm-hmm.
called as EC2 instances. Then you
Uh-huh.
can use CloudWatch. Then you can use for SNS for notification and S3 buckets.
Yeah.
And everything you have to pack it inside the VPC, Virtual Private Cloud. And you can also use the 53, like 53 we have for hosting the websites. Then we can use something called as, what is the name? Application Load Balancer, ELB.
Mm-hmm.
Application Load Balancer you have to use. Then we have to use for security part, you can use cloud, what, see,
WAF.
what?
WAF.
Web application firewall you can also use.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm. So all these things we can also going to be going to use.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let us say you have built this whole application. Now, what's your main job? The main job is after deploying your application, you can also use CI/CD kind of thing, like code pipeline can also be get used for creating the CI/CD kind of pipeline,
Okay.
like code commit, code build, code deploy kind of things. Here we have same thing will be done with using Azure DevOps, the CI/CD kind of things,
Okay.
or we have something called as Azure AI functions. So Azure AI and also we can use OpenAI Foundry basically.
Mm-hmm.
Azure Foundry basically. Any doubts in this?
No doubts.
Once we have created the application, now what we have to
Mm-hmm.
do? We have deployed it out. Now we have to monitor, like monitor our RAG application.
Mm-hmm.
Monitor our RAG application. Now, what are the things we monitor? Let us see. Let me write it down. What are the things we monitor in our RAG application?
Mm-hmm.
So, the first thing that we will be going to monitor is some metrics, important metrics we're going to monitor.
Mm-hmm.
Important metrics. Basically, precision at the rate key, or recall at the rate key. What is meaning of it? Basically, here means how many retrieve chunks are relevant for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Like how many
Okay.
retrieve chunks are actually relevant.
Mm-hmm.
Similarly, how many relevant chunks were successfully retrieved.
Okay.
That is precision and recall here. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to check the quality, we can use NDCC, normal discounted cumulative. So basically, it will measure the ranking relevance quality. Okay.
Okay.
Next, we can monitor something called as chunk quality monitoring, like you are chunking properly or not. That thing
Mm-hmm.
needs to be get monitoring.
Okay.
Monitoring. Okay. Like what is the chunk size distribution? What is the token count?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, what is the overlap efficiency? All this sort of things we have to monitor it out.
Okay.
Okay. Third thing, we can monitor something called as embedding monitoring. Embedding
Mm-hmm.
monitoring. Here, what is going to happen? Basically, the embedding quality directly affects the retrieval. So here we will
Okay.
monitor something called as embedding latency,
Mm-hmm.
like how much time is it taking for doing the embedding. Then something
Okay.
called as embedding drift. Drift means you are drifting from the actual results here.
Mm-hmm.
Like there is a change in distribution, like embedding distribution
Yep.
changes. Embedding distribution
Mm-hmm.
changes. These things that you see here, no, it comes under LLM ops, this monitoring part, evaluation,
Okay.
monitoring, all this sort of thing.
Mhm.
Fourth, if you are using any vector database, so we will do vector database monitoring.
Okay.
Vector database monitoring. For example, let us say you given some query. How much time is it taking to give you the final result? Like query latency. Yeah.
Yeah.
How many failed searches are there? How many failed searches are there?
Mhm.
Like you ask for a question, but it doesn't retrieve any answer. Yeah.
Yeah.
How much storage you are consuming, like a storage usage kind of thing.
Mhm.
Storage usage kind of thing. Then finally, what we will be going to do? We will be going to monitor the LLM response monitoring. LLM response monitoring.
Okay.
Here, what we do, we monitor all this thing. Like if you remember hallucinations, toxic response kind of
Mhm.
thing. Basically, groundedness, like what is the actual reality, citation correctness, like have you cited it properly or not. So everything will be
Mhm.
hallucination, toxic response, uh, groundness, groundness, citation correctness, citation correctness. Keep
Okay.
good. Any doubts in this? Here, groundness monitoring is very much important because let us say your answer is saying that the revenue in previous year is 2 million.
Mhm.
Like the actual result is 2 million, but your LLM is giving response like, hey, the revenue was 5 million. So that should not be there, right? It should be
Yeah.
exactly as it is. Finally, we will be going to do complete latency monitoring. Latency monitoring. For example,
Mhm.
here, how much time is taking for retrieving? Embedding latency, retrieval latency, re-wrinkle latency, and so many things. Embedding latency,
Okay.
retrieval, re-ranking, LLM inference, and total response. Like how much time is it taking for giving you the final response?
Mhm.
Any doubts on this?
No doubts.
Then finally, we will do token monitoring. Like how much tokens are we consuming? Like what is the input token? What is the output token? All the sorts
Yeah.
of things we will be going to do in the token monitoring.
Mhm.
Uh, Finally, we have how much cost is consumed. That are the things we'll do. Cost more. Like what is the cost for LLM? What is the cost for vector database? So all these things we had to take care of it.
Okay.
So these are the things. Any doubts in this?
Yeah. No doubts.
Here, if you see, important question is the drifting kind of thing. They can ask you question like, what is an embedding drift? So you need to tell like embedding meanings, shifts after some model updates. Like let's say
Mhm.
in GPT 3.4, embedding meaning is different. In GPT 5.1, the embedding meaning is different. So that thing is called as embedding drift.
Okay.
There is also some security monitoring also going to be happen, but that thing will be taken care by the cyber security team on MVP. This thing we don't
Mhm.
have to worry, security monitoring. This is where cyber security guys comes into the picture. They check for prompt injection, jailbreaks, all this kind of thing. Jailbreaks means
Okay.
malicious kind of prompt to break into the data, like sensitive data leakage kind of.
Mhm.
Feedback is also monitored, like on a particular query, it is giving me the wrong answer. So that thing we can also monitor. Feedback.
Okay.
Monitoring. Like you know, we do like thumbs up, thumbs down,
Mhm.
all this kind of thing. Thumbs up, thumbs up, button. Okay, these are the things that it's matter, and this is all
Okay.
about it.
Yeah.
If there is any error, we will go back again to the code pipeline and we will retrain the model again. Like let us say we update something and again
Mhm.
CI/CD got started and everything will be going to happen. So
Okay.
monitoring and observability, both the things are happening. Observability.
Mhm.
These two things comes under your LLMOps. Evaluation,
Okay.
monitoring, and observability. Any doubts?
Yeah, no doubts.
Okay, so what we will be going to do in the next class, we will be going to do the practicals related to this, all this kind of thing that we'll discuss.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
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 So this is your complete pipeline,
Mhm.
complete pipeline of an enterprise level project,
Okay.
RAB for enterprise. I'm going to send you this document. You have to just check it out.
Mhm.